On this week's episode, Jaguar gets a lot of money, the Lamborghini Urus, an off-road version of some other cars, and apparently Kia is making luxury vehicles.
Sorry I'm late. I'm Dave.
Not again, Dave.
I made it. Again.
What's up, guys? Welcome to, I think, the 4th episode of Automotive News.
It is the 4th.
It is the 4th. I just wish it was July 4th. I'm Jerry.
I'm Dave, the village idiot of automotive news.
We have to keep him around. Makes me look good. Dave. Luxury manufacturer. Name one.
BMW.
Name a second one.
Mercedes.
Name a third one.
Jaguar.
All right. Where would you put Kia, Ford, and Honda?
Pretty low.
Yeah, they wouldn't even be in my top 10.
I wouldn't even think they'd be in my top 15.
Yeah. Lately, it seems like Ford, Honda, and Kia are punching above their weight class for luxury vehicles.
Yes, they're all offering a premium trim for a lot of their common models. And the numbers are interesting.
Yeah, a lot of the manufacturers like Jaguar and who was the other one?
Mercedes.
Jaguar and Mercedes.
Audi.
Yeah, they're trying to play down on the lower end of the market lately, and it seems like if they can drop their prices on their luxury cars, why can't some of the auto manufacturers make luxury cars and play up on the market?
Well, the problem with that is manufacturers like Jaguar and Mercedes, they have a name as a luxury car market. So when they drop their prices, people are like, okay, I can afford this luxury car now. That's awesome. When a production vehicle raises their prices, it just makes them, honestly, it makes them seem like an ass to me.
I mean, that's an interesting way to look at it. And a lot of these mass manufacturing companies are putting out cars the same prices like some of the luxury brands.
Yeah, within about $1,000 or $2,000. Some of them being more expensive.
Yeah, I don't think I could bring myself to spend like $77,000 on a Ford Expedition Platinum compared to I think a $76,000 for the
Cadillac Escalade.
The Escalade. I mean,
yes, because Cadillac has brand recognition.
Yeah.
You see a Cadillac going down the street, you're like, okay, that's a nice car. You see a Ford Expedition going down the street, you're like, okay, that's a Ford Expedition.
Yeah.
I don't see the plus to it, but apparently there was a study done, and about 1/3 of the people said that they would go with a production vehicle if it met what they wanted.
Mass production vehicle. A lot of people are looking for more bang for the buck, but I'm guessing the other 2/3 are looking for brand recognition over anything else.
I'm just saying it's a little bit easier to pull bitches in an Audi than it is a Kia.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Let's see who's putting Kia the Stinger.
Yeah, that's actually doing pretty well in the German market.
They're putting that up against the Audi A5.
Yeah.
And the numbers on the two are pretty significant. The Stinger's coming in at about $52,000, and it's sporting a 365 horsepower V6 with a 0 to 60 in under 47 seconds. 4.7 seconds.
47 seconds.
4.7 seconds.
That sounds like my Camaro.
Yeah. Sounds like my Wrangler.
Yeah. Well, I mean, good for them, I guess. I don't know. I'm not the kind of guy who's like, I'm better than you because I drive a Mercedes, but also I want a Mercedes because I want the name Mercedes.
German engineering.
Exactly. You don't buy a bottle of what's that fancy ass champagne?
Dom Perignon.
Yeah, you don't buy a bottle of Dom Perignon because it's great champagne.
Because it's not.
It's not, but it's expensive champagne.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you had to pick, you're gonna go with a brand over bang for the buck.
I would.
I think so would I. So you could put us two in the ladder of that 1/3 group.
Exactly. And I mean, to each their own. You're allowed to buy, the Expedition Platinum if you want to. I mean, it's going to have a lot of, bells and whistles, but that's going to come standard in the Escalade and their base model. Most of those features are going to come standard.
The one thing I did notice is a lot of the SUVs, the luxury car manufacturers, still held a higher horsepower rating than in like the sedan territory, where the mass production vehicles were getting them by some significant numbers, like the 273 horsepower Audi A5 versus that Kia Stinger. You're paying $1,000 more for almost 100 more horsepower.
Yeah, that's significant if you like speed.
That's one little thing that would make me do the shift from the luxury to the mass production, because I like horsepower numbers, because I like to go fast.
Yeah.
Ricky Bobby fast.
Now, is there anyone out there who wants to go fast? Anybody?
I want to go fast.
But I also like to go fast in a cool car,
Yeah.
not a Kia.
But how are you going to feel when you're rolling up in your Audi A5 and your girl's looking over laughing, and then I just blow your doors off real quick, and then we have to pull over and she has to get into my car?
Yeah, I'd be a little pissed. Lamborghini has a new car that they're working on. Well, possibly. They have a new concept out that is part supercar, part off-roader. Oh, yeah, this is all about you. What is that? Steratto concept.
Steratto. It's Italian. You got to say it right.
It's got the Evo's 5.2 V10 with 640 horsepower, and it's got off-road gear inside and out.
Think about a 640 horsepower road vehicle. Now, think about it behind. Just, whoa, just.
Yeah. And it sports some pretty cool stuff. It's got 20-inch wheels with larger tires and increased sidewalls. And it's got nearly 2 extra inches of ground clearance.
And remember, 2 inches matters.
Yes. So what's that raise the ground clearance up to, 5 inches?
Probably, yeah, something like that.
Yes. And also, since, Lamborghini likes to flex, has a titanium roll cage.
Which absolutely is needed.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're going to buy a Lamborghini off-road vehicle, if it doesn't have a titanium roll cage, are you really even living?
Yeah. My Wrangler, I take that off-roading a decent amount, and it's got 140 horsepower. I couldn't imagine having 500 more horsepower and just... Now that I imagine it, I need that roll cage.
Yes.
I know the things I would do to this vehicle, and it would probably put my life in danger every single time.
I'm going to say that titanium roll cage probably costs more than the entirety of your Wrangler.
Yeah.
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 But it's all right. It's also got 4-point seat belts, which is sweet, aluminum floor panels, some skid plates, and, of course...
Skid plates are a necessity.
A light bar.
Yes, to light up the road at night.
Yes. They say that they took the inspiration of the Steratto from the Urus SUV.
Ooh, and that's a hell of a vehicle.
And speaking of the Urus SUVs, Lamborghini has some pretty high hopes for it.
Panic at the Disco style.
Yes. Last year, the Urus came into the market in July and quickly contributed to 1,761 sales.
And coming in at $200,000 starting price.
$200,000 starting price. And this year, they're planning on going between 7,000 and 800 models. Most of those are probably going to be sold in the United States.
Lamborghini, if you're listening, just slide one my way. It seems like you can kind of afford it, and I'll do a really good review. I'll take care of it.
Exactly.
I won't off-road it much.
But I mean, with a V8 bi-turbo, 650 horsepower, and 626 pounds of torque, I mean, we gotta do something.
I watched a video of Daily Driver Exotics had Valentino Balboni, who designed it, or was one of the designers of it, and they took it off-roading and just mud and dirt and rocks all over it, and it was glorious.
Good.
It was one of the best reviews. It wasn't even a review. It was just, hey, we have this car. We know what it can do. We're going to show you what it can do, and we're not going to baby it.
And that's perfect.
It was great. And, like, I absolutely, if I could afford one right now, I probably would have went and bought one just based off of that.
And I'm sorry, but if you can afford a $200,000 car, you can afford a new paint job for the $200,000
Or wrap
car.
it. Throw a wrap on it.
Yeah, wrap it.
Protect it
Everybody
pretty well.
wraps their damn Lamborghinis anyways.
Yeah. You could, couple $1,000. That's a couple more than a couple thousand for a wrap. But
Yeah.
because there's some really intricate parts. I watched somebody wrap one of those, and just there's so many fine details. Or clear bra it.
Yeah.
Take it off road. Use it for what it's intended. Or don't. And if you have one in your garage and you're not using it, if you bring it to us, we will take care of it for you. We'll water it. We'll make sure it gets lots of sunlight. We'll feed it, and we'll take care of it. Just don't look at the odometer or anything else when you get it back.
Yeah.
Or sign a waiver that says we're not responsible for anything that we did to it.
Or we'll just take it. You know.
Yeah, I mean, you can donate it to us.
Yeah.
And it could be a camera car for, when we do on-road videos.
Yeah.
We can do pulls with it. We can do a lot of cool stuff. So, or if you want to sponsor the channel,
All we need is $200,000.
yeah.
And we can just buy our own.
Yeah, or just give us like $500,000. I don't know.
Yeah,
something
half
like
a
that.
million. Yeah, we can get two.
That's nothing to you, whoever's watching, or the 10 followers can band together and give us some money.
Yeah. Start a
Maybe-
GoFundMe.
Maybe at this point we have 100 followers, subscribers.
All right, enough begging. Next.
Yes. Next is, in shitty news,
Lordstown.
what is you doing?
Ooh.
Workhorse, back in the news again. Back in our news again.
Yes.
Seems like weekly news with them.
Yep. They are in the process of trying to snag a huge deal with the U.S. Postal Service to be the maker of the new postal trucks.
And I hope the trucks that they currently have aren't the trucks they have the post office use, because they're not what you would call lookers.
No, not lookers or really even functional. Like in the Ohio winter, they struggle hard.
Oh yeah. Oh, Ohio is what you would call like a quad polar, like region of the U.S. You get summer, winter, spring, fall, and tornado season and monsoon season and hurricane season in like 5 days.
Yes.
And when it snows, it's like, oh, sunny outside, then boom, absolute just blizzard.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to create a vehicle that can handle such situations.
Yes, and they're going to try to use this contract. They're going to try to use the new Lordstown GM plant as leverage to try to set themselves apart from the competitors of this. Now, the contract will include 180,000 trucks, ranging from about 25,000 to 35,000 each. Now, that's not bad, but Lordstown at full capacity is able to put out about 240,000 vehicles annually.
And they wanted to put out how many?
240,000. Oh no, I'm sorry.
They wanted to put out 180 over 5 years?
Over 5 to 7 years.
I guess we can't expect a company like that to come out of the gates, even though they're established, come out of the gates and put up numbers like that.
Yeah.
Especially without having the contracts that they do.
And having as ugly trucks as they do. Sorry, Workhorse, dude. You got to work on
Do
that.
something better.
It looks like a Chevy Silverado with a cheap body kit on it.
It seems like a lot of electric cars, just their front ends are made for just aerodynamics.
Yeah,
And that's it.
I mean, it's understandable, but
Snazz it up a bit. I'll take a mile per gallon off if you can just jazz it up.
yeah.
Give me a fake grill or something. I don't know. Like Tesla's front end, it just seems flat. And that's it. I feel like this Workhorse looks like the truck's just got a big dip in the front of it.
Exactly.
Just-
And I mean, for their mail trucks, they might be using the other truck that they have that I can't remember the name of at this point. It's right here.
I ain't worried about it.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at them.
But I mean, Workhorse also does a bunch of other things. They work in the drone manufacturing,
Which is getting big.
Yeah, which is one of the ones they want to do is the Horsefly, which is going to be a delivery drone. So that's interesting. Maybe they'll pick up an Amazon contract. Probably won't get to the GM plant. I don't see the GM plant ever making drones. But
They got that GM plant is huge.
yes, and I mean, it sounds like Workhorse really, really wants it though. They formed a separate privately owned company called the Lordstown Motors Corporation, and that company is specifically made to come up with the funds to buy the GM plant.
Yeah, and Workhorse is going to own 10% of that company. So they're not going to be 100% in control of everything. I mean, don't get me wrong, as much bad as we talked about their trucks, I want to see them succeed. I would like that Lordstown plant to be occupied again. And hey, if it makes drones, it makes drones. Sign me up for one, as long as they're, good.
I guess so, but at this point, about 90% of the GM employees have ended up transferring to different plants anyway. So they're just going to be hiring new people in, which is nice.
Yeah, it'll create jobs, but
Yes.
it's not going to be anywhere near what Lordstown used to be. And
Exactly. I mean, some of these employees, about 262, have gone to Wentville, Montana.
yeah.
That is 610 miles from Lordstown.
Yeah, they ain't coming back.
Yeah,
Especially with the numbers Workhorse has put up over the years. It's one of those questionable companies, but they might do what they want to do. I mean, look at Tesla. Tesla came out of the gates questionable, and now they're a huge company. Elon Musk is a billionaire now.
Elon Musk was a billionaire beforehand.
Yeah.
He's a founder of PayPal. So, I mean, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. It's I have high hopes.
How many Workhorse trucks have you seen on the road?
0.
How many Teslas do you see on average on a week?
Maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah, somewhere around there. So
And we're not even a high income area.
no,
You go down to like Florida, like around the Keys area. You see
Even
a Tesla every other.
Cleveland.
Oh yeah, Cleveland. Yeah, I mean they have a dealership in Cleveland, so
Yeah. So I guess you can consider that a semi-high income area.
yeah. But Workhorse, I wish nothing but good things for you. I really hope you guys get this contract with the Postal Service, and you bring jobs back to our love, the Ohio Valley.
Just don't do what GM did, or you're probably not going to have a company after that because you're going to have a lot of angry people, and you're a lot smaller company than GM was.
Yeah. And I don't feel like organizing another angry mob.
Yeah, I can only riot like once a year. It takes a toll on the body.
I came back to stop you.
Yeah. Next.
In other good news for manufacturing plants, FCA is extending their third shift at their Canada plant
Yes, in Ontario.
in Ontario.
Yes. It's a good thing. It's bittersweet. I mean, they still plan on closing at the end of the year. But they've extended this twice now. It was supposed to be shut down in September. Then they moved that to October. And now, at the end of the year, they're going to discuss again. I mean, the UAW is really, really trying to...
Keep it going.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Unifor Local 44. That's Canadian Union.
Yeah.
I apologize. But,
And this is after like GM was closing and taking off shifts up there. Like GM was taking their third shift off, some of their second shifts. I had a couple friends that worked up at the GM plants up there, and luckily they kept their jobs for a little bit, but some of them ended up getting axed, and now maybe FCA is going to give them a chance to come back.
Yeah.
But to a different company.
yeah, it's a damn shame. But, I mean, the minivan market is just not doing great.
No, but the SUV market is, and they're...
Yeah, but people aren't having such large families anymore.
Yeah.
You know, it's quickly becoming a one-child family in the United States and Canada. I mean, that's a trend usually in more developed countries, but there's just really no need for a minivan anymore, especially when you have an SUV that could possibly work a lot better than your minivan.
But then there's people like my dad that has always owned a minivan, and I don't think, no matter how much money he would ever have, would pick anything besides a minivan. He gets a new one every 2 years, and he loves it. So there's people like that out there.
Yeah, there are people like that out there, but
those people aren't going to keep the minivan business in business.
no, minivan sales are the lowest since 2011, and well, that means they're gonna have to do something. Either start closing shifts down or
quickly retool these places to be putting out other cars.
Yeah, it's a competitive market, man. That's what capitalism is. If there's no demand, there's no supply.
I can't see a lot of these places being that hard to retool from minivans to the SUV market, especially FCA, considering they have the Durango.
The Durango's awesome.
I love it.
Yes. But the Grand Caravan, not the soccer dad type. But that's just me. Some people are.
In California news, keep your hands off of my emissions ratings. Or don't. I get it. Senator Dianne Feinstein wants, in total, 18 automotive manufacturers to sign an agreement to increase fuel economy and reduce emissions.
No, I'm about it. I mean, increased fuel economy benefits everyone. Saves you money on gas and all that. Reduced emissions. I mean, global warming's a thing. It's a thing. Stop. It's a thing.
The Earth is flat, though.
The Earth is not flat. Stop it.
Could be. Cars, Dave. Talk about the cars.
I'm sorry, but this has to do with the environment.
Yes.
I mean, California's always been a huge
Proponent for clean
that.
energy.
Yes, I mean it's always been trying to lead that cause, and honestly, I understand it. The problem is,
It's going to increase the cost of cars.
yes, it will, and it's kind of bittersweet. I mean, it's something that we have to think about, and that car manufacturers have to think about. And honestly, I think it would just be in their own interests to just do this on their own. You know, and if you sport a higher fuel economy and a lesser emissions rating, then
It's a win-win, and people are going to buy it.
They're gonna buy it. Yeah, Toyota did wonders with the Prius. There's people that love their Prius. I mean, I don't love Priuses, but like,
There was a lot on the roads, and they've become like a lot of fleet vehicles.
yes,
Save
because
companies money.
because they get so many miles to the gallon. It's perfect.
Now, currently, 4 manufacturers have signed this deal. And the first 4 are Ford, Honda, BMW, and Volkswagen.
Which is kind of funny. I feel Volkswagen did that just because of their whole recall a couple years ago.
Yeah, Volkswagen kind of fudged some numbers on their emissions ratings and got hit pretty hard with it.
Yeah, they lost a lot of money in that.
So I'm not sure if this is a PR stunt or if they actually mean this.
Oh, come on. We all know it's a PR stunt. But if a PR stunt benefits us, awesome.
But I'm interested to see what the increased fuel economy is going to do to like engine size and I'm assuming it's all going to go small engines, turbocharged.
Yeah.
And that might save some weight.
Yeah, I mean Chevy does that in their base models. The Chevy Cruze has a turbo in it.
Yeah.
My Equinox has a turbo in it.
The only argument against that is a turbo is another thing to go wrong.
Yeah. That's true. But
if everybody shifts to it, it's going to be kind of a common sense fix, or at least knowledge of turbo maintenance.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
But it's going to be sad to see the big engines go.
I mean, it will be, but I mean, we always have our muscle cars. Like Dodge is never gonna just put a turbo in their cars. They're known for their huge engines in their cars.
Huge engines, supercharger, Hellcat, wine, fast, fantastic vehicles.
Yes, but they're not daily drivers.
No,
I think this bill is more focused on, for the daily driver vehicle.
it's not a bill. It's just an agreement.
Oh, an agreement.
Yes,
The deal.
it's
Cafe
a deal. Yeah, it's the CAF, CAFE deal that pushes automakers to do better emissions and fuel economy. I'm okay with it. Just I'm hoping that it doesn't affect every single vehicle over all the model lines that a lot of these manufacturers have.
Yes, because it's kind of expensive.
Yeah. So electric cars will help with that. And in electric news, the UK is going to give Jaguar $626 million in loan money.
Oh, for the new electric vehicle. Huh?
Yeah, that's £500,000.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it's interesting to see, countries pushing for electric stuff instead of just the general population and private investors. But now entire countries are just getting into this.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad thing. Now, batteries aren't the best option.
No.
I mean, they're still not good for the environment, but at least we're not, doing too bad emissions-wise now.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's looking like by, I think, 2020, Jaguar is going to try and offer an electric option in all of their vehicles, which I think is nice, and I think that would be a good compromise to that California deal.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad thing. That's a huge part on Jaguar, though. I mean, the powertrain for an electric vehicle is way different than a gas vehicle. I don't know. They may be biting off more than they can chew. They're essentially building two different vehicles.
Yeah, I didn't think of it like that. I like the idea.
No, it's awesome, but
if it was me, like a Jaguar F-Type, I'm not buying an electric.
No.
That vehicle sounds great with the engines that it has. I mean, I'm going with that.
And you also have to worry about battery life too. I mean, it's a little harder to find electric charging stations.
Yeah,
than it is to find gas stations.
Especially where we are. I haven't checked the map, but any gas station I've gone to, unless I drive, I don't know, like 50 minutes outside the city, I don't see any charging stations.
Mm-hmm.
Very few and far between. And what I did see is Tesla has been failing to pay a lot of their charging stations at gas stations, paying them their money that they owe them. So these stations have been just putting bags over and not letting people charge their cars.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So that's going to be a problem. That's going to, we're going to see that in the future.
Yeah, electric costs money.
Electric costs money. And you know what we use to make electric? Coal.
Well, sometimes.
Yeah.
Natural gas is a thing now too.
Yeah. But, so, hey, let us know if there's anything else you want us to cover, and check back next week.
Yes! I love you.
You're all right.